Can Parramatta keep the dream alive, or will the Roosters make it 3 in a row and maybe squeak into a place in the finals? It's all up for grabs tonight in Friday night football. Jermaine Hopgood moves to an edge this evening. They are missing Lane and also Davey, two regular back rowers. So from the middle of the field out to that left-hand side, Jermaine Hopgood. Now Lussick, his 4th game for Parramatta, catapulted straight into the NRL team after arriving back from the UK. Dejanasi, forced to run it himself on that occasion. He's stopped by Drew Hutchison. Campbell Gillard back for more work. Siwa Wong, Brandon Smith, the 2 tacklers. And Brown.
Angle play the ball.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a penalty already.
He was facing the sideline there.
The ruling is as an angle play the ball.
See, that's the bunkers stepped in
You do?
and tipped off the referee.
Are they going to challenge this, Joey?
How would they
I think
challenge?
an angle play the ball, so that is challengeable.
He's facing the eastern sideline.
All right, we've got a ruling of an angle play the ball. They're disputing that the defender put him into that position.
So a bizarre first penalty and a challenge after a minute 10.
Well, Brandon Smith does push him, so he's
The ball goes
he's got to have
straight, doesn't it?
he's got to have responsibility. They can't overturn this one. Brandon Smith has got a hand on him.
Yeah.
And he actually pushes him.
Regan Campbell-Gillard places the ball on the ground and initiates the play the ball while he's facing the touchline. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Well done.
Angle play the ball. About 22 in. Just go.
So there's Mitchell Moses. You can see the bruising underneath his eye there. He'll be sorely missed tonight. Let's go to Freddie's sideline. Good evening.
Good evening, Matt. Good evening, everyone. It's a freezing cold night at CommBank Stadium. The breeze has come through. It's a westerly, about up to 30 kilometres, and that's taken a lot of the dew off the ground, so that will help the footy tonight.
Rug up, my friend. Here goes Brandon Smith. 13 short. Hutchison wears the 7 once again this evening. And now Fletcher Baker, who starts in the front row for the first time since round 3. Big job for him. Radley. Oh, Keary's dropped it. It's a clunky start.
Now they had a nice set play, ready to go down their left-hand side. That ball just floated out in front of Keary from Victor Radley. He's usually got a safe pair of hands on him. You just see it just floating just out in front of the fingertips there. And he half passed with a no look, which is not ideal.
Joey, bind him in. Joey.
When you're playing out the back like that, your head and your hands and your eyes go together. Your hands go and your head and your eyes have to follow.
Holder now. Tackled by Hutchison. And now Bailey Simonson. And Joe Offhand-Galway wearing the 13 this evening, part of this restructured Parramatta forward pack. There goes to Bryce Cartwright. He's dumped into the turf. Good strong defence there. That's Billy Smith along with Keary. Lussick for Campbell-Gillard. They get 6 more tackles.
Get up! It's me. Box 3.
Pangawi accelerates in a hole. That was a promising run. That was a critical tackle made by Brandon Smith. Left to Gutherson this time. So back-to-back sets here, courtesy of that set restart. RC short to Hopgood. He's the leading offloader in the competition this year, along with Bryce Cartwright, and he got a ball away there. And it comes out to this right edge where Brown is looking to pounce. Only 4 plays used on the renewed set. Cartwright, Campbell-Gillard, no. Well, he gets it over the line, but they are able to clamber around the ball.
He's pushing it down anyway, so we're going to play
Brandon
last
Smith
tackle.
got in.
Yeah, that's the cheese.
Tackle 5. It's the last tackle.
It's a big tackle, big contact. He needed to make that one.
Arcee pops it up in the air. Might be a fraction. It's a miss kick, really.
Leave him.
And a lamentable end to what was a very promising passage of play. Back comes Swali'i, and the Roosters resume. Now, an earlier result, an important one too. Daniel Anderson Stadium, Auckland, which is a lovely tribute for the former Warriors coach. The Warriors 29, Manly 22 in a game that was locked up with less than 10 minutes to go. So the Warriors squeak home again and continue to hold down a place inside the 4. Now, Manu's dangerous in these situations, although he's put down comfortably there by Dejan Arce. Tedesco. Manu first receiver, Keary sweeping. Hutchison out wider, Smith with a catch and pass. Tupou down the flank, great desperation, Brown. He came rifling across to bring him to ground. Keary, that's a good kick. It was just a fraction high for the oncoming chaser that was Manu. And brilliantly taken by Simonson. He nearly timed that to perfection.
Well, he's been a target, hasn't he, for Luke Keary for some time. Joseph Manu, he flew through the air beautifully. It was just out of his reach, though. Just watch him up in the air, the right hand. But it was well done there by Simonson.
Take the first minute out of it, where we had a penalty and a drop ball. This is a lot to be excited about, the prospect of this game. Both teams playing up-tempo footy as Cartwright comes barreling onto a short pass, and he's tackled by Keary. Good quick play the ball once again. And you would think Gutherson, Andrew, will have a bit more ball playing to do tonight without Moses.
For sure. He'll play a bit of first receiver. Forward pass.
Oh, forward pass.
Now, Brad Fittler spoke about the conditions, about being freezing, but the westerly breeze
Where do you want it?
really strong in Sydney today, and there's no juice. So this game will be like a day game. We've already seen ball movement, up-tempo footy. This is going to be an entertaining game. We get plenty of points here tonight.
Yeah, a lot on the line tonight, as we know, for both sides, and a bit of a nervous start by Dejan Arce. He kicked that ball in the in goal, gave away a 7-tackle set in that time. They're just slightly overrunning the football, pretty keen to get the ball in his hands.
I'm looking forward to watching Siwa Wong. I haven't seen him play live yet. Young strapping back rower, huge reps. I've heard with huge reps for a couple of years.
Don't move! Mark straight, Junior! Junior!
Baker now. We mentioned the prospect of points here tonight. Parramatta would love to win a low-scoring game to get their defence right. They've conceded 46 to the Warriors, 46 to the Storm, and 54 against Brisbane last week. They've won the ball back here, though, from an error.
I don't know how to describe that one. If the Radley pass was a no look, it might have been a midnight pass.
Stand now, you drop! Okay, 3, play where you are.
Here's Gutherson. Brown. He looks dangerous running the ball tonight. Played it rapid. Gutherson. Oh, he's lost it, but the markers weren't scored.
You're not taking the kick.
Smart.
He was trying to get
That
out
was
of the way,
Clint
but at the end of the day, he
Gutherson,
had
too
to
smart. He knew Billy Smith was offside.
No, Billy Smith.
So he went out to his left, come back to the right, and he threw that pass knowing that if it collected Smith, it was going to be a penalty.
So not only has Brown assumed that number 7 role, he's moved sides. He's over on Moses' right-hand side, which means Arce, who has a left-foot kicking game, will play down the left, and he's looked very dangerous.
He was taken on Keary a couple of times doing Brown.
There he is again. Sends Cartwright into the defence. Down inside the 10 now. Lussick sweeps it to Brown. Campbell Gillard wrapped up around the legs by Smith, and Siwa Wong. Centre of Combank Stadium. Brown again to Cartwright. Can he reach out? He can. He gets it down. That was clever by Cartwright to not allow the ball-carrying arm to hit the ground, although we still want to have a look via the bunker.
That was incredible.
We have no try.
Incredible.
Short, and then he loses the ball forward when it does touch the line.
Yeah, well, he's unsure, Bryce Cartwright. Just watch his right arm here. He's able to keep it off the ground and stretch it, fully stretched out. Oh, that's going to be a try.
Well, I think they're saying he lost control of the
Just
ball.
looking to see two elements of this, whether the ball is maintained in possession with an arm on it and whether it makes the line.
Go, gadget arm.
Now, just
I need a
remember too
magnifying
that you
glass.
are allowed, if your arm doesn't leave the ball, whereas the re-grip was the previous interpretation, if his arm doesn't leave the ball here, the bunker may rule try.
Well, it's part of it's on the line for sure.
They just got to determine whether the ball comes away from Bryce's hand or arm here. Freddie.
Are those lines regulation size?
I say
The ball is in the grip of Bryce Cartwright.
I
It
say
then stays in contact
They're very
with
thick
his
lines.
palm and wrist and then touches the
There you
line.
go.
We have a decision.
Well, that has set the local crowd alight. An early try to Bryce Cartwright, and Parramatta with an ideal start.
Well, the work from Dylan Brown spoke about him taking on Keary. Harvey Norman replay. Gets over the line, attracts Keary, creates the overlap, and then Bryce Cartwright. Great camera work there. Look at that. He gets it down. Great start by the Eels. Ready?
It's been a double barrel attack since the start of the game. That man there, Bryce Cartwright, and Dylan Brown have just been attacking Luke Keary. This hasn't stopped this side of the field, the eastern side of the field, the western, sorry. They've just been at Keary from right down the other end of the field and have not stopped charging at him. Not a bad plan, and it's worked.
He's in for a torrid night if this first 8 minutes or 9 minutes is anything to go by. So Gutherson doing the goal kicking. Back at home, this Parramatta team very strong here. They thrive at Combank, wins in 7 of their last 8 matches here. He's kicked the first one.
Let's stay behind, guys. Stay behind.
6-0 in favour of the hosts. Friday night footy from Combank Stadium. Great to have you with us. Campbell Gillard winding up. Just the way Dylan Brown has started this game tonight, it makes you wonder how differently things might have panned out for Parramatta had he not have missed all that time. Polar now.
Well, on his return, his coach Brad Arthur, he spoke about how he was very happy with his effort. He's always full of effort in his game, but he's a little bit dusty. He said his attack game was so-so, but he will improve, and he certainly has done that over the last couple of games.
Bradley up fast. Cuts off the ball movement, well, to a degree anyway. A late offload with Gutherson. Wade de Lussick now. Left to Dejan Arce. And Hopgood out on the left-hand edge. And Arce doubles down the short side and kicks towards Tedesco. There's a contest at the back. Parramatta look to have knocked this forward.
Don't need to, because the knock-on on the last.
Dejan Arce, I remember calling his debut game. I think he debuted with Hemiso at Penrith. And him and Hemiso that day carved up. Geez, they played well. He sort of was in the wilderness for a while. So when he played this year, he's done some really good things. There is an NRL player there, a long-term NRL player. I hope he just gets confidence from this year and kicks on. He's got plenty of talent.
Given how rare it is to find quality halves in the game these days. Especially so. Collins. Just galloping up near enough to Parramatta's 40-metre line. Hutchison. Smith chasing hard. Well taken there by Sean Russell, who has had a promising start to his NRL career. 14 tries in 19 games. Now Sivo. Many people thinking maybe Sam Walker would be included here tonight. He was named on the extended bench. Trent Robinson told James and the team pre-game that just wants him to have another run before he considers him for NRL selection. Lussick pops out of dummy half. He's given this a heck of a whack. It rolls towards the touchline. Tedesco just in the nick of time. Goodness me, that was a thunderous kick from dummy half.
Yeah, it's always smart play. Dummy half kicking, everyone's on side. They get a good chase. Watch them get in, stuck into the Roosters. Return runners now. Freddie.
I saw Teddy's face as he saw that ball come off Joey Lussick's boot. You could see him go, I never saw that in the video. His little legs just start kicking over.
Just done some research for you too, Freddie. Those lines, the painted marks on the field, 150 millimetres they need to be, so...
Regulation, good. Right, every millimetre of them.
Yeah, you can get out there and measure them at half-time, Freddie. So, on that right-hand side now, Suali'i, who's run for close enough to a couple of 100 metres in each of his last 2 games. Looks like he might be getting some confidence back after a flattish period throughout the season. Try in each of his last couple of appearances as well. There's the Parra chant. It really echoes around this cauldron-like stadium. Oh, big shot. Collins with a whack on Simonson, who felt every millimetre of that. It's off the hand here of Smith. There'll be 6 more tackles. Penasini versus Keary. Good tackle by Keary. Cartwright's been heavily involved here. There might have been an arm around the neck as he was falling to ground. No, penalty ensuing. Polo. 15 metres inside Roosters territory now. Parramatta attack once again. Oh, Hussey dropped it. Got absolutely nailed.
That's 0. Okay, all the way, Joe.
Did you ever receive passes from front rowers, Joey?
No. No.
Drop and boom.
Up now.
Get out of... No, it's coming.
Regan, get up.
To the chief like that, Andrew. He'd be most polite. Here's Smith now, just outside the 30, and they get a quick play the ball away, which allows Tedesco to dance one way and the other. Keary is going to kick back towards Suali'i. It's not very deep, this kick, but he gets it back in one motion, and then back over the top. Oh, he nearly got there. That would have been extraordinary. The tap down and then the pass back from Manu.
Well, as the game smarts of Keary just to turn back to his right-hand side and find Suali'i right on that edge, and he nearly got there. Would have been great skill all round from 3 players, 3 of the best players in that Roosters lineup if they would have scored there, but desperation stuff. Arcee and Sivo. Freddie?
Well, Suali'i actually got the ball in and hit Sivo's knee and then bounced out. I couldn't tell whether Suali'i had hit the ground, but it definitely got the ball away and it hit Sivo's knee.
Well, that's what he was complaining about, actually, Brad. I think the referee might have said it was a forward pass, but hard to determine that on the replay that we saw. Now, Polo. Oh, there's an offload.
Some strike on that right side for the Chooks, isn't it? Manu and Suali'i.
Well, these teams are playing like their season depends on the outcome of tonight. Now, there's Arcee. He's had a mixed start to the game. A good run on that occasion at Brown. The Moses-style high and long kick, which is fielded by Tupou. The Roosters' most prolific try scorer ever. Went past Anthony Minicello a couple of weeks back. Now Tedesco. Keary tried to shove Hopgood out of the way. It comes to Billy Smith. The try in each of his last 3 games. And Brandon Smith gives that a good whack as well on tackle number 3. Oh, look at the bounce. Oh, Collins came rampaging down the middle of the field, and the bounce, it bounced on its point and went pretty much over Gutherson's shoulder.
Have you ever seen Brendan kick before?
Yeah, he did a fair bit of it in Melbourne. Well, at training, not in the games, of course, but he's got a pretty good strike on him. Doesn't kick often, but I think there might be an opportunity, Freddie, to kick over the head of Gutherson. He's actually defending quite shallow behind the Parramatta's defensive line, so there's a bit of space behind him when the Roosters are coming out of their own half.
Short side right again. RC and Hopgood.
Big tackle. Oh, Siwa Wong's been caught up there. Let's hope the young man's okay. Doesn't look good in back play.
Brown pursuing the kick. Brown came down with it. If they get it out here, they'll score. Polo with an unbelievable offload. And Parramatta have got a second. Maybe it's a knock-on. Penasini, the man, that was incredible. Scramble by the Roosters. They looked certain to score.
And talking about the man at the start of the match who's taking up that responsibility in the middle of the field. Look who comes from chasing over Lindsay Collins. He makes first contact on Penasini, falls off the tackle. Now, does he knock it out of his grasp?
What's the other front rower there?
Baker.
Will Penasini loses the ball forward.
Wow.
Great play, the 2 front rowers.
Oh,
incredible.
That is extraordinary defence. Where did they come from? And the offload from Polo just to add to the brilliance of that little passage.
Keep locking in a marker and working on the 10.
And that's a perfect example of what this game means to both footy sides.
Oh.
Their season is on the line. Desperation.
How good's that?
Look at Will, he can't believe it.
This is high quality stuff. Oh. Collins. And Smith. Now, Siwa Wong is just hobbling back to rejoin proceedings on the right-hand edge for the Roosters. The trainer's been with him. Oh, here's the run.
Held. I was worried about the legs man coming in. Tackle 2. Junior both feet.
Baker said I wasn't held, ref. Why'd you stop me? Hutchison. Turning it back for Manu. Scouting around, looking for some weakness in the Parramatta defence, which has been pretty good so far. Hutchison inside Radley, another good covering tackle. That was Hopgood. Keary runs onto one. Dixon through in behind. There's a chase from Butcher. The ball batted over the back on the second attempt. I wonder whether there was a Rooster hand. No.
There's no knock on.
Ashley Klein says all
The contact's
Parramatta.
the result of him touching the ball.
Yeah, great pressure from the Roosters. Isn't this game shaping up?
Let's go, guys. No
I
clock.
imagine both coaches are sitting there going, where's
Stay
this been all
behind.
season?
Junior. Let's go. Stay behind. Stay behind, guys, Bryce.
Now Gutherson is going to try the short one. Oh, what a take up above the pack by you-know-who.
Both feet.
Come off a trampoline. How high was it?
Now Baker,
His head hit the ground then, Baker. Bryce Cartwright's been physical in defence.
yeah. He's come to get the game tonight, hasn't he? Now Siwa Wong, part of this Roosters setup since he was an early teenager. Tedesco with a left foot kick. It hits the post. Cartwright's back there again.
Once again, great play, great attack, great defence. Good desperation there.
Oh, big tackle from Smith. It was high.
High tackle. Bounces up.
Now, just looking at Siwa Wong physically, he's only 20, 21. Another 2 or 3 years off-season training. Wow. Jeez. Look at the size of him. Another 5 kilo on there. Brad Fittler.
Well, that's the third time the Roosters have let Parramatta. Nice shot. Out of their own end with either a penalty or some type of ill discipline. That ain't going to help.
Best seat in the house from the perspective of the intensity of this game. Yeah, it's been fast and physical. Madison's on the ground now. Another good shot. Radley on Hopgood. And now Regan Campbell-Gillard playing out the back to Madison. He was a Rooster for many seasons. And Ryan plays it just outside the 20. It'll go to Brown. Brown pops it up. Russell chasing. Gutherson there too. So's Cartwright, but Tupou gets above them and can't break away.
Yeah, great take there by Tupou, who was under better pressure. There's a similar start by Parramatta Eels as they did last week against the Broncos. They were quite good. They were physical. They played fast up tempo for 20 minutes and then they broke. The Broncos were able to come away with a couple of quick tries. So if the Roosters just stay patient, keep completing their sets, keep getting their kicks, find some opportunities.
Terrell May, a good offload from him, and Hutchison comes in the tackle of Simonson. Tedesco linking with Keary, comes out to Smith. Oh, Smith, it's lovely footwork to break away from Penasini's first attempt at tackle. Oh, Keary, he got a boot on that. It's play on. It's 6 more tackles. And there's an overlap, but Siwa Wong couldn't get free. That's a try-saving effort. Hopgood with a brilliant tackle. Now Manu, can you believe they got that 6 again? He nearly dropped the ball. And then Parramatta got a finger on it. And now the Roosters have a chance to score their first of the game. If they head left, they might just do that. Tedesco, he kept the ball in hand. He flings it back infield. And Smith, he carries them. Did he get that on the ground? Did he get a swipe of the turf?
Tackle 2, Joey. We're going to have to check this, mate. But no try.
He's returned to the 10-metre line. He wants to play the football.
Tackle 2.
Yeah, doesn't want to give them a break.
It's a check.
This is fast, isn't it? Oh.
Great tackle, Gutho. I think you just said to the referee, I didn't get it down.
Does the bunker think that Brendan's a fiddler?
They want to prove him wrong.
Pretty close.
Brendan Smith makes the line, but he's held up. We have a decision.
Back foot on the line, back foot. Ready,
They've
Brandon?
got something cooking out right here, the Roosters. They're all stacked up in formation. It goes to Radley and turned back to Terrell May.
Help! Release Joey! Get up!
Third tackle. Parramatta got a much-needed break there in defence. And straight to another brilliant tackle. Hopgood again. He looked certain to score, Baker. It goes away towards the middle forwards, and there's an intervention by Lussick. Another knock on. What about Hopgood's 2 try saves?
His bootlaces, that last one. Just got him right round the bootlaces. Look at that. Oh, just pulled him up short. And then Brandon Smith, he probably got away with that next pass. He went for that long face ball right across the line of Parramatta. Lussick, oh, he nearly plucked it out of midair.
Okay, Brandon, stay in, junior.
Westpac red zone, quite even. The play the ball's in the 20 metres.
Keary, Tedesco, dummies, goes himself and scores. Teddy's got the Roosters try.
Well, the previous set, there was an overlap and Tedesco dummied and went himself. I thought he may have let the ball go. This time, Sean Russell flies out of the line. Tedesco, Harvey Norman replay. Is close to the line when you're getting one-on-one. Sean Russell comes out. I think he gets spooked a little bit, thinking that Tedesco was going to pass. Tedesco's with that speed and his strength. Just watch Sean Russell. He's going for the tackle. Tedesco looks like he's going to pass. And he sort of stops on his technique to tackle. He goes over.
Yeah, well, they were under pressure that right-hand side of Parramatta, weren't they? This is the good fullbacks. They got that ability to flip sides as the scrum's being fed, which creates an overlap. It was a 4-on-3, which then Russell had to fly out the line and try to stop that pass to the winger, but Tedesco, so dangerous in those situations. Full flight, space, footwork. He's world class. Freddie?
Well, every time he's been around this left-hand side, he's actually dummied. You know, I'm surprised the whole Parramatta cover defence just all ran past him. He's dummied every single time he's come around this left-hand side. Sean Russell makes his mind up. Teddy just pauses and just holds for 1 second, looks up, and there's not a blue jersey there.
So sustained possession for the Roosters. They score the try, and here's the right to left swinger by Swaliki.
Stay behind.
CommBank Stadium of buzz after a wonderful start to Friday night footy. It's 6 each. And back comes Lindsay Collins.
Up together, Jermaine.
And we had a must-win clash to kick off the round last night. And this equally important. Racket first, 26 minutes. Butcher. Tackled by Brown. Theory working a short side, and the ball comes to Smith.
Last tackle, Sean. Wait.
Scurries across, takes it cleanly. He's been physical in defence, Billy Smith, hasn't he? Oh, there's a mistake from Penasini.
Let go of each other.
He had a little peek.
Pressure.
Where do you want the scrum, guys?
The momentum's been with the Roosters. And that,
Where do you want the scrum in the middle? Shot clock on.
It's that pressure. It just shows.
Oh,
Just takes his eye off the ball just for that fraction of a second.
Okay, second row is unlocked forward. Nice and tight. Wait for the break call.
well, Parramatta looked on top early. The Roosters have
Find
hung
in.
and
Not
maybe there's a
early.
little
Wait
shift
for the break call. Shot
that has
clock
come
off.
over this game now. The wing is wide open. Sivo came miles infield, and it's a try to Swaliki.
Yeah, great play. Similar play to what we've seen earlier, just with a slight variation on the end of this scrum. Really smart from Luke Keary. Again, Harvey Norman replay. There's a mismatch. 4-on-3 on this left-hand side for the Eels. Micah Sivo, he has to come and make the play. So he flies in off his wing, jams on James Tedesco, and Luke Keary just goes across the face. The space is all on the outside for Suaalii. They've done their homework there, the Roosters.
Well, the Russell on the previous play came flying in to cut them off, and Sivo on this occasion.
Well, the last kick we saw for goal from Joseph Suaalii, he bent the ball about 5-10 metres and was right next to the post. I think Trent Robinson may have had a heart attack watching it. So from this side of the field, with how much draw he gets on the ball, this will be good to watch. He'll have to put this ball around 2 metres outside that right post. Freddie.
It could come through the back of the post.
Yeah.
We've never seen that before.
A boomerang conversion.
I thought the brilliance in that was Keary, how he caught the eyes of Dijon Arcee. The moment he caught his eyes, Arcee just stopped and paid all his attention to Keary. He didn't see the scrum breaking and getting over towards Luke Keary, and he needed that help. But Keary understood. He just had to get his eyes, and then the pass, he knew Sevo was coming in. Great work by the experienced 5'8".
Yeah, some class touches from Keary. Already in this clash from 6-0 to 10-6. And let's see whether Swali is equally as effective from this side of the ground. He hits it beautifully.
Just over 10 minutes remaining in this first half. We're going to try and make the difference. The Roosters 12, Eels 6.
Oh, there you go. A rooster and an eel in the family together. It's an excitable start to the game and the crowd are loving it. A reminder as well, the NRL community is uniting for former NRL coach Daniel Anderson, coach Parramatta and part of the Roosters staff as well. And this weekend across the NRL and the NRLW, fans are urged to go to fanplus.com to bid for signed and worn jerseys of your favourite players, with all the proceeds to go to the Daniel Anderson Fund. And you can also head to danielandersonfund.com.au to donate to this great cause, and we'll talk to Daniel at halftime. So wonderful to see the league community coming together to help one of their own once again. Here's Siwa Wong. Late offload, it's been knocked on.
Scrum, guys.
I'll go to you, Brad Fittler, on the sideline. Siwa Wong, he went to Scots College the last couple of years, didn't he?
Yeah, played a lot of rugby union, same as Billy Smith and Angus Crichton. Great fella, he's always back at the school, sort of mentors a few kids there, always back talking to the first 15. A bit disappointed there, Victor Radley, with that, but yeah, not only a good player, he's one of those good role models. Does a great job.
Bit of McGregor. Brief stint on the bench for Polder. He's preparing to come back into the action, maybe for Campbell Gillard perhaps. There's the 6 again, Bell. Parramatta looking for a second. Jermaine Hopgood played every game for Parramatta this year. It's been an incredible acquisition for the club, moving from the Panthers. He's on the verge of Origin selection now. Brown for Simonson. Still a couple of plays available on this set for Parramatta. Lussick. Through the hands now, finds Madison in the middle of the ground. Brown's barking for the ball on this right-hand side. And Lussick goes to his halfback. He draws in Gutherson, now Penasini. He's lost the ball.
Oh, I think he's been knocked down by Tupou.
All right.
It's a knock on Roosters.
It is. It is.
It's just that last play, running the ball in that last play, when the defensive winger is a little bit back. It's on the outside of Billy Smith.
Oh, okay.
Tupou gets a hand to it. They're long arms.
Guys, back foot. Victor James waiting.
There's Angus Crichton on the field now. Back from that knee injury. We last saw him in round 17 versus Canberra. Power attacking now. Campbell Gillard.
Release Angus.
Played to Lussick. Sent to Madison. Greg. Wrapped up by Collins. Gutherson into first receiver. Oh, I don't know where to go. And driven into the turf. Long pass to Dejan Arce, and Hutchison read it so well and came flying out. Oh, 6 more. It'll be a third straight set now for Parramatta down this end of the ground. Campbell-Gillard within a metre of the goal line. Here's Whittaker Greg. They'll try the power plays at the start of this set. Where's the razzle-dazzle? Another attempt, bash play. Radley with the tackle. Campbell-Gillard denied. Gutherson evades Smith. Oh, excellent defence. That's Crichton who got over there. Cartwright down a very narrow short side, which was well manned by the Roosters defence. Play to Gutherson. He's going to kick across the ground, and it's taken really well out there under pressure.
Oh, that's brave. That's really brave. Suoliti.
Oh, Gutho's hobbling here in back play.
Here it is, bottom of the screen. Look at that. That is brave. Coming down.
They're brave, Joey. Mike Acebo, as they receive a penalty. Marcus not square. It took a lot of skill also. He caught that low to the ground. There's Gutho. He's holding that right knee.
Now, when he kicked that ball, there was a bit of a challenge.
There's Lindsay Collins.
Was it Lindsay Collins? And have a look there. Maybe there was some contact with the leg. Was that it there? Oh, yeah.
He just twisted it.
Well, his leg.
Just pass the line. Just pass, wait, goes right.
Let's hope he's all right. The defence for the Roosters. Well organised from Tedesco. Fast moving. Really strong defence there from the Chooks.
Keary sends it to Butcher. Great defence by Howard. Send to Hutchison. Keary. And they've got numbers again on this side. Sebo came flying in once again and left an open passage for Manu, who throws it around the corner to Teddy! Teddy with a brilliant Roosters try. Manu and Tedesco together, they create the magic. It's another one.
That's a special one, Tomo. That's as good a Roosters try you'll see all season. Some lovely set play down their right-hand side, which created space. Harvey Norman replay. Hutchinson, the halves combining. Keary, nice, lovely passing out the back. It was Mike Acebo, really, that flew in off his wing, which I don't think he had to, which created space. Manu, though, he had a heap of work to do. Fended off a couple. A lovely ball on the inside. Well, James Tedesco, he's done this his entire career. Followed the football, backed up. And when the opportunity presents, he can finish it off. Great fight back by the Chooks.
I wonder if teams in the top 8 are looking over their shoulder. Look at the Roosters. They've got some players back, key players back. They've had horrendous run with injury during the year and suspension. Look at this team on paper. It's a really strong team on paper.
No, and just touching on that point, they're certainly the stronger finisher in this first half, there's no doubt about that. But the point I made about Parramatta last week against Brisbane, they come out of the blocks, they played great football for the first 20, and then it's like they stopped playing, and they've done the similar thing tonight. This is possibly 18 points in the space of about 16 minutes for the Roosters.
Some jersey grabbing then.
Well, he's saving his best to the moment that matters tonight. James Tedesco. Off the back of some spectacular skill from Joey Manu. 18 unanswered points for the Roosters now. Paris started so well, but Trent Robinson's men have clawed their way back into it and well ahead of the scoreboard as we approach half-time. Oh, big tackle that, Cartwright. Played by Butcher. Goes through Radley and May. One-handed pass squeezed away, another one there. Radley and Smith ducks underneath an arm of Cartwright. Well done by Dejan Arce. Hutchison running. Oh, they had room on the right again there. If they could have handled that, there was an opportunity for Manu once more.
He fired that one to Angus Crichton. I'm not sure whether Crichton was expecting that football. You should expect it every time the ball's around you, but someone else was going to get that.
What are you seeing in that side of the defence, Andrew? Because they're being caught short there repeatedly.
Well, it's on the back of some offloads.
Oh!
Tackle. So the Roosters are offloading the ball, which keeps the defence up, and it scatters the defence. And by the time they get back in the line, they don't know what's coming.
Gutherson. Another touch. He's dropped.
It's a one-on-one steal, but Brandon's knocked it on. Brandon knocked it on.
Yeah, the Roosters are offloading the ball in the middle of the field. And with that,
Time off.
the Parramatta defence has to stay up. And then eventually when they run back, by the time they turn around, the Roosters are up in their face. I don't think they're getting the numbers right. They're missing one defender on that side.
Well, they have 35 seconds to make this scoreboard look a little bit more appetizing than it does at the minute. Here's Greg. Now Madison wants to get up and play this quickly. It's Dylan Brown. 6 again is academic because we're running against the clock here. There's 15 seconds until the halftime break. Good front on tackle there. They've got probably one last play. Brown comes over to the left, and there was a hand by Manu to interrupt the play, and that will bring us to half-time. Well, an up-tempo and intense first half, which Parramatta looked up for in the early exchanges, but the Roosters have gone on a run of 3 unanswered tries, and it's 18-6 at the break. Or will the Roosters make it 3 straight and give themselves an opportunity? They've got the West Tigers and that mouth-watering clash with South Sydney to conclude the regular season. Here goes Tupou. The second half underway. And now Collins.
That last round, that's at Allianz?
Yes.
Well,
a core stadium.
a core, okay. Well made this side. Both the Roosters and South Sydney, they make the 8. That'll be a huge game. Always is.
They played in the final regular round last year. So, and then met a week later, of course, in the finals. It was the one with 7 sin bins, wasn't it? Just 7. Hutchison hangs it up there. Gutherson.
Talking about those 7 sin bins, Victor Radley. He's playing more as a power runner tonight. Not as much passing as he normally does. Taking that real power on. Whether it's because of Jared Warrior-Hargreaves is not there, but there's been less passing, a lot more running.
Tenacious run there by Winnemu Greg. 10 out from the halfway. Regan Campbell-Gillard now.
Yeah, well, I know they had a poor finish that first half, but he was enormous for Parramatta. Eels, Regan Campbell-Gillard. He ran for 136 metres in that first half. Tomo.
Go through the hands, Simonson, Sevo throws it on the boot. Might have got knocked over by Swali. That's really good skill by Sevo to keep it in. Manu's going to get the ball back, and no penalty.
How casual was that? Look at the confidence just to hold that one hand. Reverse turn.
He's too good.
Yeah, we've seen that penalised in the past.
Oh, mate. Driven by Hopgood. Radley pokes into a gap. Tackled by Brown and Cartwright. Good defensive set this by Parramatta, and Hutchison on the wrong side for a leftward kicker. It finds Sevo on the fly. And back he comes now. Big contact. 41 tries from 46 games here at Combank. Micah Sevo. His team dearly love a couple in this second half. Gutherson.
Well, they just can't get forward at the moment, Parramatta. It's the rushing defence. They are really physical tonight, the Roosters. Really powerful defensively.
Is he feeling for that leg again, Gutherson? Yeah, he's got a problem. So he's brave, isn't he? Keeps on going, and now Hopgood runs towards Hutchison. Great offload. Swaliti with the tackle on Simonson. Just outside the 20-metre line. There goes to Dejanasi. Now to Regan Campbell-Gillard. They get to tackle 5. There might be a kick for Russell. No, they go left to the short side, and trap and scrap, and Hutchison gets tackled by Lussick. Now Manu in a one-on-one struggle with Lussick. Couldn't rip the ball free. Comes to Angus Crichton's time. So 10th appearance of the season, obviously the late start to the year, and he's had several weeks out now because of that knee. Well, he would be very handy should they squeak a spot in the 8. Tedesco's been strong. As has Keary. He finds open pasture with this kick, and it'll tumble towards touch, and Gutherson, that was cool. Put over the sideline, takes it over.
Play the ball in the middle.
It would be a Parramatta ball.
On the line, guys. Mark straight. Terrell, Angus, straight.
No Mitchell Moses to help catapult their charge back into this game.
Soren downstairs, getting operated on Monday. Either way for the swelling to go down.
Move now, Victor. Here, Brandon. Wait. Wait. Stand now, you drop. Victor, get off.
Madison up the centre.
I think they need some more work from their outside backs, Parramatta. They're really struggling to get forward.
Gutherson relieves a little bit of pressure there. A good run, and Arce looks up. He wanted to get it out wide where he thought he had an overlap. He's going to have to scurry here. It's the last tackle. Simonson back to Brown. Look out. Smith comes and gets him. And they can't escape the clutches of the Roosters' defence after 5 tackles.
Back 10.
That's their resurgence, the Roosters. It's been all through their defence, swarming, fast moving in the middle. The edge defence, they're making good decisions out wide. That time there, trapping the Parramatta Eels inside their own half. It's a great place to start your set from.
Just running himself. Bradley ball playing this time. Keary, then overlap. Swali'i down the right hand, his right hand wing. That left hand Parramatta defence being tested again. Manu goes himself. Radley, Keary kicks out wide. I don't know whether he might have been offside there, Tupou, but it's a wonderful catch anyhow. Russell high above them. Parramatta has got to try and get the ball down the other end somehow. Good yardage there by Russell. He's got to try in 4 consecutive games for tonight. And now Madison. And Lussick shoots. Was hoping for a 40-20. Didn't get the sufficient power on the kick. Tedesco's over to pick it up. They're unhappy about something there.
They were turning for an obstruction. This area here, around the halfway line, this is where I like to see the Roosters play with more width. Get the ball to their strike out wide. Joseph Manu and Billy Smith. And in this area around the middle of the field, teams aren't as aggressive out wide with their speed of their line.
Dylan Napa preparing, as is Sandon Smith. So Sandon will come on for Brandon. As Keary sends it through the hands. Tedesco now, and out to Billy Smith. Keary kicks out wide. Swali'i gets up, takes it, flings it over the back. Manu was there to collect it. A deft kick by Manu.
It's into touch. It's going to be a play the ball.
And Parramatta will play the ball here.
I think they're going to challenge this.
Manu wants to challenge.
Grant, we have a captain's challenge from the Roosters.
Disputing the decision of a last tackle ball into touch from the Roosters.
Yes, Brad.
Yeah, well, Joey Manu is complaining that Bailey Simonson actually just grabbed him. He had to go back a little bit early, but just grabbed him by the jersey and held him just for a split second. It wasn't at that crucial time, but I think he felt like he was dudded, Joey Manu, there.
Just looking to see if there's a knock-on off Joey Manu.
Hit Manu's right hand here.
Just looking to see if the ball touches Jermaine Hopgood.
All the way down, I'm sure it hits Manu's right hand. Just watch Manu's right hand.
Based on all available angles, we're unable to overturn the live decision. The Roosters will keep their challenge.
I can't lip read. I know what Trent Robinson said.
Keep your challenge. No, they surrendered though, so there's no advantage. That's how we roll it, that's consistent.
He disagreed.
Front foot on the line.
So this is the live ladder as it stands right at this moment. Shooting the Roosters go on to win this game. Look at the logjam. That draw that Newcastle had v Manly, that was out at Mudgee, wasn't it? That could be the telling factor. Although they have a game in hand and still a couple more given the way the Knights are going. So this is quite a remarkable race for the final few places inside the 8. Here's Dylan Brown. Been over the halfway the entire half so far. Taken comfortably by Tupou, and back he charges with the Janasi down there, but he keeps carrying the defence with him. That's a great return. 5 tries in his last 5 games, Daniel Tupou. Now Suali'i. Keary dummies and runs. Thought about firing it out wide. Wrapped up by Regan Campbell-Gillard, and once again the Roosters are down inside Parramatta's half. Billy Smith ball playing. It's been put down. Oh, there's a penalty. Offside. They were offside.
Ruling is Joey offside. Hey, I'm going to argue. That's the rule. Joey's offside. I'm not going to argue it. Okay? I do my best at times to call. In this instance, I couldn't.
Jatho, he wasn't too happy with that one, saying the referee didn't call anyone out, but players were offside at the play ball.
The change here for Brad Arthur. Brendan Hands has come on for Joey Lussick in the dummy half roll. And here goes Collins. Hasn't he had a break yet? Another massive effort. Ball across the face of Bradley. And Hutchison, who's been keen to run it tonight. 6 metres out. Gee, Parrot could be defending for their season here. Tedesco floats it over the top. The wings wide open for a 3rd time tonight. And Suali'i with another try.
Well, it's all coming together for them tonight. The Roosters, their attack's been questioned this year, and whether or not it's clicking or everyone's on the same page, but certainly tonight, it's looked crisp, it's looked sharp. Harvey Norman replay. Right-hand side for the Roosters. Just watch James Tedesco when he gets the ball. He half double pumps. You see a lot of the 5'8s and the halfbacks do this, but he holds the ball out in front, 2 hands, shows Micah Sivo the football, gets him in 2 minds. He ends up defending no man's land, Micah Sivo. It's open passage for Suali'i.
Yeah, just watching the spacing of Parramatta's defence. Gutherson, he's having a chat to Simonson. Simon's talking to Sivo. Their left side defence isn't on the same page. First half, Sivo was racing in. We can see the spacing, how tight Bailey Simonson, how tight he is to his defender on his inside, which then it just puts so much pressure on Sivo. Just watch. You see Arcee, look how tight Simonson, he comes in tighter. They can touch each other. And it's 1-on-1, but then because he's so tight, Sivo, it's like a domino effect. It just affects further out. No spacing, no communication. There was 3-on-3 defenders there, but because of the spacing wasn't right and the no communication, Sivo was in no man's land. And have a look at Gutherson. He's not happy. Simonson's not happy. Sivo's not happy.
Brad Arthur's not happy.
Brad Arthur's, he's really not happy. I think he may have to change. Maybe Will Penasini on that side.
A missed kick from Suali'i. Lovely sight. Great venue, Combank Stadium. There's some upset Parramatta fans in the house tonight. Great take, Suali'i.
Stand down! Joseph, play the ball!
Saturday night footy on the run to the finals here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. And the Dragons, who have been spirited in recent weeks, have the ominous task of facing the Melbourne Storm, who will be looking to wrestle back that place in the 4 tomorrow night. That's from Wynn Stadium, Wollongong. Happy's closing in on a return, Cam.
Yeah, he is. He played 80 minutes last week for the Sunshine Coast Falcons and played extremely well. Set up 2 tries, scored one himself.
Lindsay Collins got cut in half then by Brendan Hands, and he's hobbling the back plate. I suspect it may be just a cork side. Contact was around the top of the legs.
Napa just waiting to get out there for 5 minutes now, pacing the sideline. Lovely quote, read the quote from him, talking about how so long out of the NRL makes you realise that you were taking it all for granted, and wants to make the most of his second coming. An opportunity he would never have expected. Here's Dylan Brown once again. 4 unanswered tries for the Roosters now, and things are slipping away for Parramatta. Dejanasi. Tedesco's been strong. Comes powering back.
This area around here, from the Roosters' own 30 to the opposition's 40, in this area here, this is where I'd love to see him move the ball around more, get the ball to Manu and Billy Smith in these positions.
You surrender there.
Here's Napa.
Set him up, Brendan!
He hasn't shrunk at all, has he? Goodness. A big, big man. And now Radley bounces off the attempted tackle of Madison. Keary. Another kick where Swali'i can contest, but it's off his arm. It was off Parramatta, actually. There you go. And a scrap for the ball. It's a fortuitous call here for the Roosters. He'll have more possession.
And a real threat tonight, Joseph Suali'i, whether in the air, he's always a threat in the air. But the side of the field terrorised that side defensively of Parramatta. They've scored 2 tries off scrums from this area.
Hey guys, break!
They go the other side of the field now. Tedesco beat Cartwright. Nearly beat another, if not for Dylan Brown there. He may have scored a 3rd try, Tedesco. Napa back through the middle. They're setting up for another incursion to their right-hand side and asking the question of Sevo and Simonson again. They head that way now. Hutchison, he sends Crichton into the defence. 3 metres out. Radley wraps around the back now. Keary with a spiral pass. Billy Smith takes on Penasini, who nabs him in a tackle around the legs. That's 4 tackles used. May offloading for Keary. And now Napa.
Last tackle, get up!
Side step.
Back foot!
Hutchison for Radley. Yeah, that's a good tackle from Polo.
Okay, just stand up, guys. Untangle.
And a great option on the last play.
Leave the ball there, Victor.
And you got so much scoreboard pressure on the opposition, testing them out on that tackle 6, running the ball close to the line and then turning it over only a metre out. Hard yards for Parramatta.
I'm not sure Parramatta have been tackled on the other side of halfway since half-time.
Well, this is all they've been doing really in the second half, is just one out running. They just can't afford to do that. The Roosters will eat that up all night. They've got to find some support, find some energy to get some bodies around the ball. Great opportunities like this.
Good ball. Now Dylan Brown.
Well, he's the one. It's all on Dylan Brown. Playing out of position at halfback.
A wrap around. There's a Rooster hand on that. That should be 6 more tackles. Nope. The crowd saw the Rooster hand on ball. Ashley Klein didn't, and the ball is taken at the back here by Tupou.
Yeah. Paris to get back into the game. Dylan Brown pretty much just sat on that right side. He's got to go everywhere. He can come over to the left side, handle the ball 2-3 times instead of 6. It's all on him.
Crichton. Taken in a good tackle. That's Luca Moretti. one of the newcomers to the NRL used by Brad Arthur in season 2023. The Italian international. Down the left-hand edge now. Keary and Tedesco with a pass for Tupou. He kicks ahead. Teddy's after it. Teddy wants a bounce. Teddy's knocked it on. He nearly had a hat-trick. Sebo swatting them away.
This is where Dylan Brown needs to get his hands on the football, as you mentioned, Joey. Early tackles, ball movement.
Jefferson with an offload. Arcee gets it away and hands with the ball out the back, and Madison squeezes it out and went forward.
Look at this tackle. Just watch the reaction. Watch the tackle first.
Descent against Clinton.
From Brandon Smith. He gets underneath and just goes whack. Forces the error. But if we can get the reaction of the Roosters, especially Brandon Smith, he's been under all sorts of pressure. And a lot of negativity around his move to the Roosters. Freddie?
Yeah, one of the big differences, the Roosters haven't given Parramatta a leg up. Not one penalty in the second half, in the first 20 minutes of the second half anyway. That's applied a lot of pressure to Parramatta, and we just saw it there with the Ryan Madison pass. They're not handling pressure that well over the last month or so, Parramatta.
And the Jefferson explosion too to give away that penalty. Hutchison brings Napa back on the inside where he's tackled on the 10-metre line. Radley and Keary linking in and out the back. Tedesco, blistering hand. Similarly, he dropped it. He wanted to...
Tedesco's been hit high here tonight.
Yeah, this looked...
He's not in a good way. Hey, Victor!
No, he's unwell.
No, Radley's getting himself involved. I was looking at the ball going to Swally. He looked like he was going to leap out and score here, but after Tedesco gave that lovely pass, he's been cleaned up.
Yeah, Micah Sevo, he come flying off the wing again, unintentional. He just committed himself to this tackle, which you have to do on James Tedesco. Ooh. Yeah, he's falling as well.
I think it's even a knee. He falls. Does he fall into the knee of Sevo?
Micah!
Now, this concussion report is going to be... It's... Okay. Well, he's falling there. And
yeah, there's not much of it.
That's why. That's why.
Nothing he can do.
Nothing.
That's why there's been no further action. But bearing in mind, too, that there's the mandatory stand-down period for Category 1 concussions. And given the Roosters, they've got to keep winning here. So we'll get Danica and Freddie on the case down there. He doesn't look well, James Tedesco. They are big forearms. So 8 metres out from the line. The ball played to Smith. It goes to Baker. Cartwright has been very busy tonight. Great tackle. Oh, that is a good shot by Brown to force the ball free. Holder pushing the offload. Penasini fires it to Madison. And Luca Moretti. Danica, what can you tell us?
Well, the bunker has just confirmed that they've classified James Tedesco as a Category 2, which is a little surprising. Here we go.
Danica, Gutherson streaking away down the left-hand side and scores the try.
Well, it's a Falcon on Simonson. It'll be a try. Gutherson busted. Been very frustrated this second half. Harvey Norman replay. Play at the back. Watch Simonson. It hits him on the chin. It's play on. Gutherson, he goes over. He's always there, Gutherson. Always there.
Oh, they just played to the whistle, didn't they? Parramatta. We've seen on that high shot, the Roosters, they just paused for half a second. They were expecting a whistle from the referee to call a knock on. Parramatta, they played on. Good lesson for all the young boys and girls out there playing rugby league. Always play to the referee's whistle. Keep moving your legs.
Oh, look, they have not been in this second half, but if Gutherson can kick this, the margin, and comes back underneath that 2 converted try line. They are not out of it.
What would the Storm blokes do when you were refereeing out in the field, Cameron?
They kept playing until I spoke, mate.
Yes,
that's a joke.
We
That's
watched
a joke.
from afar.
That's a joke.
Oh, he shapes it left to right. They are still in this, Parramatta. 10 points the difference. Oh, here's a run. Moretti pushing off the back fence, straight back down to Danica.
Yeah, so as I was saying before, they have classified James Tedesco as showing Category 2 symptoms. So that means he's not automatically ruled out for the remainder of the night. He is with the doctor now, but it didn't look good when he did come from the field. He'll be going through the protocols now, but this could have huge ramifications on the Roosters' season and their hopes of playing finals footy.
Absolutely. Thanks, Danica. He didn't look well. Brown, who wanted to get up and have a second dip. The tackle was completed. It comes to Poldor, and now to Gutherson, and a pass out to Hopgood. They found a bit of energy after points, Parramatta. A kick back over the top. It's still the last tackle. If they can maintain the ball, it's out the back. Gutherson keeps himself alive. Gutherson chips over the top. He may have been taken out here. Play on, says our referee. You can hear what the crowd thought about that.
I think that was fair. Brendan Smith, he was in the action. He was committed to making that tackle as Gutherson kicked the ball. Enterprising play, though, from Parramatta. You see here on the replay, bottom right of screen, he kicks. Yeah, Smith was committed.
You could see after that try was scored that Gutherson was revving up the troops. He believes. Hutchison with a clearing kick. It's an bouncing thing. Sivo was hesitant to say the least. Campbell-Gillard. Thundering into the clutches of Fletcher Baker.
Got his head on the wrong side there, Fletcher Baker.
Gutherson, Brown. Can't step inside of Luke Keary, who does well. Down a short side, Cartwright. Not the desired outcome that they were looking for.
He's a very skillful player, Bryce Cartwright, but just on that occasion he flirted with danger, carrying the ball in one hand over towards that opposite touch line. He's hitting a strong tackle by the Roosters and knocked the ball loose.
Baker. Effective pass out the back to Hutchison in support. Manu for Lindsay Collins. Taken around the legs by Hopgood. And Sandon Smith in 14. Sivo with a dumping shot on Angus Crichton. Back to Hutchison. Collins and Keary. Keary kicks through. He wants his outside men to chase. Go! Get on!
Oh, no.
Well, Keary actually catches the ball on the inside of the block runner here, and he kicks. Gutherson drops the ball. You can see the replay here. I don't see him where he catches the ball on the inside of the lead. But yeah, poor error there from Gutherson. Tough night for Gutho.
Well, they've got their way back into the game, Parramatta, and they're defending to maintain their chances of playing finals here.
There's the Westpac red zone. Roosters 26 play the balls. A few more here.
Straight through Nat Butcher. Can he roll his way there? He's cut down less than a metre short, centimetres short in fact. Long pass from dummy half, picked up by Siwa Wong. The Eels came out trying to retrieve the ball, and this young back rower has scored under the posts.
It's the bounce pass. The bounce pass every single time. Just puts the defence in two minds. Harvey Norman replay. Long ball from dummy half. You just see it float in the air, hits the turf. And well, the Roosters, they capitalise.
We'll be seeing a lot of this young man in the years ahead. Siwa Wong with a decisive try. Oh, Simonson sensed an opportunity to grab that and maybe dash away and score.
The size of it. 2-3 years of off-season training. He looks like a special player.
Stay behind.
28-12 now. 5 tries to 2.
Stay behind.
Gutherson short once again. And Parramatta have the ball back. Danica, some more news.
Yeah, this is huge news. The independent bunker has just upgraded James Tedesco's head injury as a Category 1. So that means that he's now likely to miss the next 11 days with the protocols as the stand-down protocols, meaning that he will miss. The Roosters must win next game against the Tigers next week.
Gee. All right. Thank you, Danica. Gutherson now, having won the ball back from that short restart. The Eels need to score here.
Well, they've got to come to their left. Angus Crichton is defending in the centres.
Brown on the opposite side. A couple of metres out. Keary drags him to the ground. Throws it out to Simonson. Sebo tackled really strongly by the covering defence. Suoliti was part of it, but there is a penalty.
Time off. Let go of the ball, guys. It's a penalty for a strip.
A bit of push and shove after this penalty.
Time
Parramatta, if they can get Bailey Simonson on the outside of Angus Crichton, there'll be space there for Micah Sevo down that left-hand touch side.
Back foot.
Hopgood still toiling away. Brendan Hands, Ryan Madison, Bryce Cartwright. Ball has come free again.
Play the knock on.
It's a knock on against Cartwright.
The ball was loose, guys. Where do you want the scrum? The ball was loose, so I was waiting to see what happened.
He's just looking for that one-handed offload. Lots of hands around in that tackle. That's what happens when you're playing catch-up football.
One in, Bryce. Wait, Drew. Clean head in. Break. Bailey, let go.
Suoliti's run hard, hasn't he?
He charges.
NRLW action.
Brandon, move.
Big day of footy on 9 tomorrow. Round 5 starts at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, Townsville, 11 a.m. Look at your bacon and eggs and catch a bit of NRLW. Joey's got it marked in the calendar. He's got the barbecue sizzling away. Here's Manu. Hutchison now. Gutterson's not moving at all well after his leg tangled up in the first half. Well, Parramatta's plight is certainly got nothing to do with the effort Gutterson's poured in again tonight. Such a wholehearted campaigner.
Do you think that challenge on Lindsay Collins on Gutherson, the match review committee will have a look at that one? Because it was clumsy.
Yeah, they'd possibly look at it. I don't know if there's any contact though, Joey. I think he just twisted awkwardly, which caused some issues there with the knee.
They got Penrith next Thursday.
I'll have a look at that.
Here's Gutho. Around the corner, picked up Crichton. It's a touch by the Roosters anyhow.
Where do you want it?
So no Tedesco.
Shot clock on.
Most likely for the clash with the Tigers. I suppose the thing they do have in their favour is that they have a ready-made replacement at the back in Joey Manu.
Can I ask a question? Major semi, someone gets clipped. What happens there, leading into a grand final? Do we have to have a week off?
Rules are the rules, Andrew.
I know that, but I'm saying.
There is an appeal process.
Okay. One-on-one strip here. Roosters get the ball back.
Well, that's
in a major semi, one of the star players.
Oh, they're gone.
They're gone.
Under the current rules.
You can apply to have an independent reassessment.
Well, that happens
which has
Turbo.
Well, Tom Trebojevic, correct. So there is precedent, but irrespective of the calibre of the game, if you will, or being a finals match, etc., the rules stand unless you can have them overturned. Yes, Brad?
You just may have missed why the Roosters got the ball down here. Breton Campbell-Gillard just lined up little Luke Keary, and he woofed one into him and got the ball out underneath. What a great tackle by
What did he do? What did he do, mate?
Woofed one into him. Oh, you're Bambler Knowles, the tackle of the day. Seriously.
Sorry, we're only talking about the concussion protocol.
No, we'll worry about that next week. What about the tackle?
I'm more worried about this woofing business.
You're still thinking about Jason Taumalolo's dog from last night.
Shot clock on. Clint.
Hey, Freddie.
Yes.
Mate, what era is he?
Look at that. Boom, straight into him. Good on you, Lukey.
That's a woof.
That's how you woof someone. Boom, see that? The left hand, woof.
He ran straight through him.
And reprimanded by Freddie for talking rubbish. So Polo out of the scrum. Brown has the pace to get around Billy Smith. Brown beats one, beats another. Collins is back there, as is Joey Manu, and they've put him over.
Are you serious?
He is everywhere, Lindsay Collins.
So we're 76 minutes into the game. The game is won. In the first half, we sung his praises. He stopped a certain try. Now, out of the scrum, he's broke from the scrum and sprinted 70 metres to get there. That is unbelievable. Not only his athleticism, but the desire to get there. The game's won. Everyone can see the game's won. That was some effort.
He has had a remarkable year.
Well, I thought he was a player of the series for Queensland and Origin. Ooh, that hurts to say. But he was unbelievable. In game one, he won the game.
He's now the match game too. So it looks like Parramatta's tilt at the finals is over, really. Got a bye in round 27, but obviously Penrith next week out at Bluebet Stadium on Thursday night. But they really needed to win here, and after a promising start, the Roosters have shown that if they can somehow sneak into the finals, reckoning that they've got the firepower maybe to cause a bit of grief for whoever they come up against. We've been waiting for this kind of performance from them for most of the year. Something always happens around finals time. There's always a team that catches fire, if you will, or causes some inconvenience for some of the more fancied outfits. Brown did well to get back there and retrieve it. They haven't really got going this year, Parramatta, have they, Andrew?
Stop, start, losing players to injuries. They had a lot of players suspended during the year. Started 1 from 5. Ryan Madison missed 3 games at the start of the year.
Oh. Front rower to front rower. I think Brown missing for all that time. Just when they needed to start winning games was a big hurt.
Well, the big one too, Regan Campbell-Gillard and Sevo. And they got 4 weeks together. The shining light this year has been Hopgood.
Yeah.
He's had a year.
He went from having played a handful of NRL games when he moved to Parramatta to getting a call up as 19th man for Queensland in Origin. It's been a rapid rise. In fairness, had he not been a Penrith, he probably been playing NRL football for a couple of seasons to this day. So Crichton tackled, last minute of play coming up, and the Roosters starting to string some form together, and they get one to take back to Bondi with them. Nat Butcher gets it over.
A nice way to finish the game. Nat Butcher's been strong again, playing on an edge. Normally plays in the middle, but with injuries to some key back rowers, he's played there most of the year. Harvey Norman replay. They go to the line. Keary gets his back rower into space, and Nat Butcher changes his line, gets to the outside of Dylan Brown and finishes the game off beautifully for the Roosters. They've been strong tonight, the Roosters. Really strong.
They conceded the first try.
Defensively, powerful.
And Butcher extends this margin to quite a dominant scoreline now. 32-12. And a final kick for Joseph Suali'i. So Teddy's up and about. And I wonder what they'll do with JWH.
Well, it's just, I understand it's some nerve pain in the neck or the back.
It's a bulging disc in his neck. And he had numbness when he woke up this morning, Trent Robinson told us pre-game.
That's not good.
Lovely kick again. A great way to finish the deal. Is it too late for the Roosters to rumble into finals calculations? Well, their hopes remain alive. They can only win and hope that things fall in their favour, and they've certainly dominated here this evening after a great opening 15 minutes to the game. They really have asserted their dominance, 34 points to 12, and you can see there now they share 8th position on points